Welcome to Borth, a hidden gem nestled along the stunning coast of Ceredigion, Wales. This quaint seaside town with its uniquely long main street is a charming blend of history and character. As we stroll down the street, we're greeted by rows of cottages and houses, each one a testament to the town's rich architectural heritage. The buildings boast unusual old designs, and their vibrant and surprising colour schemes add to the town's distinctive charm. It's a place where past and present coexist in perfect harmony. The town gently curves around a long, picturesque bay, offering breathtaking views that draw visitors from near and far. Borth's beach, though stony, is a beloved retreat for those seeking the simple pleasures of the seaside. And from here we can see on the top of the hill the Borth War Memorial, which will be the starting point for this walk. And ending here at the beacon on Craig Glais, also known as Constitution Hill over Aberystwyth. But first, as Dylan Thomas so aptly put it, we need to begin at the beginning. That means ascending the hill before us and making our way to the official start point, the War Memorial. And there it is. We have officially begun our journey. Only 10.5 kilometres to go. And it's this away. Our first task, after climbing up from sea level, is to descend all the way back down to it on the other side. There we have it, our first ascent and descent completed. If you look back, you can just make out the War Memorial in the distance. But now, it's time to climb once more. On reaching the top, I'm rewarded with a truly magnificent sight. The national bird of Wales, the once rare and endangered barcid, or red kite. Soaring above, a symbol of resilience as it makes its triumphant return to these skies. This first hill may not be the highest, but the panorama it offers is nothing short of breathtaking. Just take a look. Now let's get back on the trail and be sure to keep a safe distance from the edge. As I pass through this gate, my eyes catch a plaque inscribed with a quote from John Deans. It's almost perfect. I have to admit I have no idea who John Deans is, but it's hard to argue with his sentiment. For those who follow my channel, you'll know that hill steps are not exactly my favourite. But on this walk, I've got no choice but to embrace them. And there'll be plenty more to come.
Ti mynydd groel oil yn ymdroli di ar pant, rhwng y brwyn yn sisial ganu, o na bawn i fel y nant. Grig y mynydd yn neud blodau, edrych arnynt hiraethig, am gael aros ar y bryniau, yn yr awel efo'r grwf. Adar man y mynydd uchel, godant yn yr awel iach, o'r nais drym i'r llall yn hedeg, o na bawn fel dyryn bach. Fy mynydd y dwy finnau, oth i Cantre'r yn gwneud cam, ond ma'n halon yn y mynydd, efo'r grwg ar adar man. Na fy mynydd y dwy finnau, oth i Cantre'r yn gwneud cam, ond ma'n halon yn y mynydd, efo'r grwg ar adar man.
Now, as we descend back to sea level, an incredible sight emerges before us. A grand manor house, perched right on the beach, seemingly in the middle of nowhere. This is Wulog House, the centrepiece of the historic Wulog estate. Just opposite, in the water, you'll see Sarn Genfelin, or Genfelin's Causeway, an apparently natural structure jutting out into the sea. It's described as an Ice Age moraine, which stretches out for 14 kilometres. But according to local legend, it is actually a causeway to Cantre'r, an ancient Welsh kingdom that was inundated by the sea. Wulog House itself was built in the 19th century, and to this day remains a private residence, though the coastal path closely skirts the property. As we walk along the path, you can see how the manor and its garden is shielded from the fierce Ceredigion waters by a massive seawall. And further along, just to the right, you can see a stone structure. This is an old lime kiln, where limestone was burnt to produce quicklime, used to treat the acidic soils of the Wulog estate. Ah well, onwards and upwards, and downwards, tackling even more sets of hill steps before the path finally levels out, much to my relief. This flat stretch offers a welcome chance to catch my breath just as the weather appears to be turning. But then, in the distance, a sight for sore eyes. Aberystwyth. The final leg is in sight. To reach the last hill, we need to pass through a cluster of holiday villages known as Clarach Bay. We'll cross this footbridge and then, thanks to the magic of editing, we can zip across at warp speed. And there it is, the final hill. Well, it looks like the weather has finally turned. What was a light drizzle has now turned into definite rain. So, for the final leg, time for the waterproofs. Signage has been plentiful on this walk, and this particular one reassures me I am on the right track. Beautiful flowers continue to line the path, but not all of them wild. The weather shows no sign of letting up, as the rain is now accompanied by a gusty wind. I need to watch my step, as the wet conditions have brought out quite a few of these little fellas. Chunky little guy, isn't he? Despite the filthy weather, the wildflowers continue to brighten my journey. Well, boys and girls, I think we're nearly there. And here we are, the official end of the walk, the beacon on Craig Glais. All that's left now is to capture a decent shot of Aberystwyth below. And my best vantage point seems to be down there. At least there's some shelter from the wind here. And I notice a nice, warm, dry cafe. I feel a coffee coming on. But first, let's take a quick look. Well, it seems there are still a few brave souls willing to ignore the weather and make the climb up here. In the distance, a wet and windy Aberystwyth comes into view. I think it's time for that coffee. Well, dyna ni, a Borth to Aberystwyth. Here we are at last, and it started so nice and sunnily, didn't it? If you want to see more about Aberystwyth, I have made another video. I'll leave a link here, or possibly at the end of the video. And if you've stuck with me this far, chwarae teg I chi. Fair play to you. If you did like it, don't forget to comment, like and share. Look after yourself, and tan y tro nesa. Until next time, hwyl fawr I chi. I'm off for a hot bath.